Hey, hey, what's happening? How you doing, my joyful people? It's Kimberly. I am in my new space and I'm excited about it. I have a few more pictures and a few more things that will be added. And one day I'm gonna actually come in live and give you a tour of my new office slash studio slash serenity room. I really like it a lot and I feel at peace here and I'm excited to come to you guys for another edition of Share the Joy. Looks like I have a few people joining in. Hey Melissa, so good to see you. So today we're going to talk about cholesterol, and y'all, I know a lot of people hear numbers and hear information about cholesterol and they're like, I don't even understand what cholesterol is. So we're going to talk about it, but first we want to talk about what constitutes good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, all of that. So welcome to anyone who's new to my Share the Joy. I've been doing this for almost 2.5 years now straight. I haven't missed very many weeks at all. So there's a lot of great information out there on YouTube. I got to get my newest videos uploaded, but just know that there's a lot of history back there. So first let's go into cholesterol, what it is. So there's LDL, which is low density lipids. So that's the bad cholesterol. So low, think of low being on the bottom level, bad base. And then HDL, which is the high density lipids, that's good, okay? So lipids meaning fat, okay, in the blood. And then there's something called triglycerides, and that's how much fat's in your blood, so to speak. So the ratio when you're getting your numbers should be around, hey Reginald, so good to see you. The ratio should be around 2 to 1, okay? So 2 to 1 when you're getting your numbers and the doctor's telling you. So they're gonna give you a total score, right? So you're gonna have a bigger number that's higher. So anything below 200 is going to be desirable. So if you get your cholesterol score and it's below 200, good job. If it's between 200 and 239, you're kind of like that borderline high cholesterol. We need to get some things in check. We need to do some things. And I'm going to talk about foods that you can eat later on. And then if it's 240 or higher, we need some serious help. That's when you might want to think about doing Gut Check 21 or hiring me as a health coach or anything like that. All right. So just remember, those are the numbers that you want to think of. So 200 or below is really what we want to start with. Now, let's just break down the low density lipids, the LDL, low being bad. So 700 or below with that number is that you have it, you want to keep it. That's where you want it to be at 70 or below. If you have high risk for heart disease, okay, a high risk for heart disease, that's where you want to be. If you have a moderate risk for heart disease in your family, 100 or below, okay, with that LDL. Near ideal, if you have no risk factors in your family, nothing going on. I have risk factors. My aunt and my dad have high cholesterol, so I am like super, without a lack of a better word, anal about my cholesterol scores. And the last time I went into the doctor last year, she was just like, you have cholesterol that I would kill for, because I am very specific about making sure my cholesterol, my blood pressure, my heart health, all of that stays good, because they both have stents and both had one had a heart attack and one didn't, but that's near and dear to my heart. So that's why I want to break this down for you. Okay. So remember, 70 or below if you have a high risk, 100 or below if you're moderate risk. If you near ideal is right at that 100 to 129 range. Borderline high cholesterol with the LDL is going to be 130 to 159. High is 160 to 189, and then very high is 190. All right. So I know I'm kind of getting factual with numbers, but I want you guys to understand when your doctor gives you these numbers, what it's telling you, what you guys are trying to figure out. So your HDL, remember this is a 2 to 1 ratio. Now we want to think about, remember when I said that 70, so half of 70 would be about 35. So for men, you want it to be below 40, and for women below 50, okay? If you have 50 to 59, you're kind of in you don't want it to be 40 and 50 for women. You want it to be a little higher. So you want that LDL number to be lower and the HDL number to be higher, but you still want it to be almost like a half 2 to 1 ratio. And so best is going to be 60, like if you have HDL of 60 or higher, and better is going to be 50 to 59. So if the men are in that 40 range and you don't have good high density lipids in your bloodstream, we want to get those. And women, if you are below 50, that's a ding, ding, ding red flag. All right. So I want to make sure you understand that the other one, you want the number to be lower. For the LDL, a lower number. For HDL, you want that number to be higher. That's another way to think of it, okay? So just remember when you're getting those numbers, that's what the doctor's talking about. So for triglycerides, here's the deal. Below 100 is optimal. And triglycerides is basically how much sugar is running around in your fat, like how many fat cells in the bloodstream for that. And then below 50 is normal, okay? So 150, excuse me. And then 150 to 199 is borderline high, 200 to 499 high, and 500 is very high. So y'all check those numbers for your cholesterol and triglycerides. So I just broke all of that down. For those who are new or had just jumped on, please come back and watch this, because I just broke down how to read your numbers when your doctors tell you something and what area you're in. Like, are you in a risk factor or not, okay? So remember, HDL, you want that number to be higher. That's the good cholesterol. LDL, you want that number to be lower, and the ratio is 2 to 1-ish, okay? So cholesterol is needed, y'all. Okay, so people, we don't want to eliminate all cholesterol. That is not what we want to do. We want to make sure, because cholesterol is needed, it's made by the liver, and it regulates our body for proper function of our cells, our nerves, and our hormones. Okay, cells, nerves, and hormones. So if you don't have cholesterol, you can have an issue with those areas. You can have nerve issues, cellular reproduction issues, and your hormones can be out of whack. But you just don't want it to be out of control, bad or good in that sense. Or you want it to be good out of control, but you know what I'm trying to say. So what are some of the risk factors for having poor cholesterol? Would be heart attack and stroke. That's what a lot of people hear about. But it's not just that. It's not just food that creates an issue with cholesterol in the body. You can have inactivity, so not getting out and exercise, walking, guys, doing what you need to do there. If you have diabetes, when I tell people all the time, fat does not make you fat. Sugar makes us fat, y'all, okay? So people think, oh, eliminate the eggs, eliminate the fat, eliminate the this and that and the other. Look at how much sugar and carbohydrates you're taking, especially the processed ones, not necessarily carbs like as in fruit and vegetables, but your processed carbohydrates, your crackers, your chips, all of that kind of stuff. Stress will kill y'all, all right? So keep those stress levels down, enjoy life. And then also if you have hypothyroidism, that can affect your cholesterol as well. So remember that LDL is bad, but HDL is good because it travels through the bloodstream and it removes harmful cholesterol, that LDL, from the arteries, and it helps your heart health in general. So when I went to the doctor last year and she was just like, I would kill for your cholesterol numbers, she was impressed by my HDL being as high as it is. And that's because I eat a lot of things that help, from coconut oil to olive oil. So we're gonna go through a list of some things that you can use, avocado oil, that will help to raise your HDL, which is your high density lipids, all right? So number one, what I just said, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil. I use that instead of butter. I don't really eat butter, so if I'm using something to put in my rice or something like that, I will be using olive oil or avocado oil. Veggies. So eating plenty of vegetables is going to be really helpful in lowering cholesterol overall numbers. Eating nuts will decrease LDL and your triglycerides. So remember, fat doesn't make you fat, sugar does. So eating nuts is a good thing, and it helps with the body. I eat loads of nuts, y'all. I eat almonds and cashews, and I even eat peanuts occasionally. I do pecans and walnuts. So those are some of the ones that kind of regularly get into my diet. Seeds like flaxseed and pumpkin seeds, things like that are really, really good. And just making sure when you do a flaxseed that it's not the actual seed, that it's actually the meal, because it's very difficult to digest and get the actual nutrients that you need into the body unless you actually break that seed up. So if you buy the seeds, put them in a blender and blend them up, and if not, just buy the flaxseed meal. Salmon, no brainer. I talked about that with high blood pressure as well. Turmeric. That's that yellow powder that's in curry. A lot of times it gives it that coloring. But turmeric, you can buy turmeric capsules as well if you want to. It helps with inflammation. Garlic, okra. Some people like okra, some people don't. Now don't go frying your okra, y'all. All right, let's eat some fresh okra. Beans and legumes. Sweet potatoes. Green tea. Love my green tea in the afternoon. It's my pick-me-up. I'm about to actually have a cup in a few minutes. And I actually put, what is it called? Collagen in mine. You don't taste it, and it gives me an extra boost for my joints. And then persimmons, that's a citrus fruit. A lot of times people don't eat them. My daddy used to always make me laugh when he said something about it looks like somebody's sucking on green persimmons. I mean, it's like almost like you had an orange, or you've got, a lemon, or you have a sour face. And then avocados. We talked about that with avocado oil, but actually eating avocados, and gluten-free whole grains. Okay, so that's just the quick list and dirty list of things that you can start incorporating into your diet. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about what to avoid. I'm going to talk to you about some supplements that you can take, and also, as you guys know what I love, essential oils. I'm going to talk to you about some essential oils that can help as well. If you have any questions right now, for those who are on, ask me. I'd love to make this more interactive. If you are watching this in the replay, you can always ask a question, and I'm here to answer those. Also, if you would like to have me talk about something specific, a lot of times these Share the Joys come out of my clients asking me questions, and I say, you know what, it's not just my client that needs to know this, but it's everybody. So I figured I was going to break down some of these basic things that I never really talk about, like blood pressure and cholesterol and diabetes and thyroid conditions and all of that, so that people who hear these things thrown around get a little bit more of an understanding about what they are. So if you have ailments or things that you need me to help you understand, please let me know. That's what I'm here for, to share the joy of knowledge. So you guys, if I don't see any questions, know that I love you. Know that I am always here every Friday to share the joy with you. And remember to do all things with joy. And for those of you who want to join me for Gut Check 21, we start on Monday. So you need to purchase your Gut Check 21. If you want a 50% off code, let me know in an inbox message, and I will give you that special code. It's my birthday month, so I'm doing it just because I want to in that way. So love you guys much. Remember to do all things with joy and share the joy. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.